Hi guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sitting down and filming a video that I am so excited for. I honestly don't remember the last time that I was this pumped to film a video. It's all over YouTube at the moment and naturally I decided to do it as well because coming up with original content is hard. So I asked over on my Instagram story a couple days ago, which if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, by the way, it's just at Smiley Citrus if you're interested. And I asked you guys to make assumptions about me and my life, and you did. You did. Some of you guys went in hard, like, I was like, oh, that just hit me like right in the soul. Also some of these are like super inaccurate. It's just really interesting to see like what people think of you. And I'm guilty of doing this too. Like you see someone's life on social media and you forget that you're only seeing like a fraction of their life, a fraction of who they are. So let's clear some things up here, shall we? First assumption is you have only had 2 serious relationships. And that is true. I have only ever been in 2 serious relationships, the one I'm in now and the one I was in before. Next one is you have had pregnancy scares. Can you guys see I'm like literally shaking, not from the questions but from coffee. I had a large latte and no lunch and I'm just so buzzed right now. Anyway, yes, no, I have not had a pregnancy scare ever, but I definitely psych myself out every time before I get my period. I'm like, oh my god, my boobs are so sore, I'm so bloated, I'm so emotional, and then I get my period and I realize that I was just PMSing, which is a messed up thing. The fact that pregnancy symptoms are almost identical to symptoms you get just before you get your period, like, are you kidding me? So yeah, I've never actually had a pregnancy scare to the point where I'm like taking a pregnancy test. Like I'm responsible, so we don't have to worry about that. Next assumption is you aren't religious, which is true. I have nothing against religion and I actually find it super fascinating. Yeah, it's not something that I have grown up with or have like pursued in my adult life. It's just not something that I am. Absolutely nothing against religion though, and I find it super interesting. Ooh, okay, this one's a good one. I feel like this is pretty obvious, but it's also not something I really talk about much. The assumption is that apart from Anya, you aren't close to your siblings emotionally or geographically. And that is sadly true. I feel like some of you guys don't know this, but I do actually have 2 older brothers and an older sister and Anya, so I'm one of 5 kids. And technically they're all my half brothers and sisters. Even Anya is. Her dad, who I also refer to as my dad, isn't my dad biologically. I have a different dad who I've never met before. Super complicated. If you guys want to see a whole video on this, let me know. It's something that I've been toying with for a while. I just feel like it's an interesting story, and anytime I tell someone this, they're like, oh my god, your life is a literal movie, and I'm like, I know. Growing up, we were super close. Like, I never considered them my half brothers and sisters. I still don't. Like, I would never refer to them as that. We grew up in the same house. We had the same mum. Like, it was all Gucci. I do still talk to my older brother Richard from time to time, and anytime I'm in Melbourne I'll catch up with him, but we're not super close, and unfortunately due to various different circumstances and events, I no longer have contact with my older sister. I haven't seen her in like 3 years, and I haven't seen my other brother in like 10 years, maybe 11. I don't know, it's been a really long time. It's sad that it has to be like that. They all do live in Australia now, which is even sadder, the fact that they're so close and like want nothing to do with me or Anya, even though we've done nothing. I don't know why I'm getting emotional about this. It makes me sad, and it's something that the events leading up to no contact with those 2 have absolutely nothing to do with me and Anya, and now it's kind of just become like those 3 and me and Anya, and I hate that it has to be like that, but whatever, you can only do so much, and it's their choice at the end of the day. So yes, emotionally and geographically I'm not really close to any of my siblings apart from Anya. Next assumption is a little bit more lighthearted, thank god. I got way too deep. You sleep in makeup. That is actually sometimes true. I'm gonna be honest, like, who doesn't? It happens. So it's about it. Body image isn't a huge issue for you. That is not true. I think like many people, especially girls, body image is something that I do struggle with. I think more so when I was younger. Accepting your body for what it is a process and a journey, and yeah, it's definitely something that I used to struggle with a lot more, but I still definitely have my insecurities. You are always happy and never feel down. That is not true. You can ask my boyfriend. I have emotional moments. I'm generally a pretty happy and like positive person, or at least I try to be. I try to have like a positive mindset, but sometimes life gets you down and you just have to have a good cry or a good mope and then you move on. You're really against drugs and smoking. I wouldn't say I'm really against it. It's not something that I personally choose to partake in, but everyone's entitled to make their own decisions, and I would never pass judgment on people that do choose to do that, so long as it doesn't affect anyone else. Like, you do you. Next assumption, I like this one. You're too poor to move out of home. Honestly, probably true. I've never done the maths, but I probably could. Like, if I got enough hours and found the right place and had housemates and stuff, I probably could afford to do it. But I just don't really want to right now. I enjoy living with my family. I think they enjoy living with me most of the time. And I enjoy my space, like the location of my house, it's perfect. And as long as I'm happy living here and my parents are happy with me living here, I'm not really in a rush to move out. I want to save my money and travel while I can. You're not a virgin. That is true, unfortunately. I assume you're living life to the fullest and enjoying it. Good for you. I like that one. That is such a nice one. I'd like to think so. There are days where I'm like, am I doing enough? Could I be doing more? Is my life headed in the right direction? But I just have to like remind myself that I'm doing my best. There's always room for improvement, there definitely is, but just enjoy life while you can. You never know when it's gonna be over, which is very dismal. It's a sad thought, but it's true. Like, just gotta take each day as it comes. I am enjoying life, definitely. Thank you. Your ex cheated on you. No, he didn't. I'll give credit where credit is due. He did a lot of other bad things, but he didn't cheat on me. At least I don't think so. Oh my god, there's so many marriage assumptions. You and Nick will get married. I assume that you'll get married soon. You'd low-key marry Nick tomorrow if you could, and that is so funny to me. I feel like anytime I do a video like this or like a Q&A or something, I get so many marriage or like baby related questions these days, and I'm like, please. I'm 22. I still live at home. I'm still at uni. Like, I'm definitely not in a rush to get married. Of course, if I'm like in a serious long-term relationship with someone, you'd hope that that's something that you're working towards and striving for, but it's definitely not something that I'm in a rush to do. You're not motivated unless you're vlogging. No, that is not true. I don't just sit there. I vlog maybe like once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week max. And so I don't just sit there doing nothing when I'm not vlogging. Vlogging probably motivates me to do more, just make the vlogs more interesting and hopefully inspire some of you guys to get motivated and do stuff and be productive. But I'm definitely not motivated only when I'm vlogging. You lost weight because of your breakup. That is interesting. That's not something I've really considered before. I guess like there is some kind of correlation. I lost a bit of weight towards the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and that was after a breakup. I don't know. I think when you remove yourself from a toxic situation and you become 100 times happier, that translates into every aspect of life, and I guess that did have an effect on like my body and my physical appearance, but it was never like a conscious decision. I wasn't like, I'm gonna lose this amount of weight, be this dress size, I broke up, I'm gonna get my revenge bod or anything like that. Like, I didn't even realize it was happening until it was happening. And so I guess there is a bit of correlation, but I think it was just the fact that I was no longer unhappy. I've never really thought about that actually. It's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna respond to one more. This one's actually really lovely. This assumption is you're genuinely a nice person and who we see on social media is who you really are. I'd like to think so. It's hard sometimes, I'll be honest, like especially when there's a big freaking camera looking right at you and you know that like potentially thousands of people could be watching this and like nitpicking on every aspect of your life and who you are. It can be hard to be genuine. It would be a lot easier to be a completely different person because that's not who you are. When you're genuine and you're yourself, that makes you vulnerable. I think if I wasn't myself, if I wasn't genuine, you probably wouldn't see half the things you see. I am who I am. That's all I can be. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here, but I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, or what videos you want to see in general. I'm always down for new video ideas, so let me know. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!